So, bonus day today because I'm actually showing two games off rather than one. And the reason for that is both of these games are very short experiences, but I thought they were still worth having a look at because of, I suppose, their styling. The first one is very cute, and I liked the cuteness elements of it, so I thought, yes, have a look at this and show off the cuteness. And the second one is kind of dark, creepy, horror-esque with very, very good kind of creepy timing in the way the game flow built up tension and things like that. And I wanted to show that off as well. So yeah, so we're going to have a look at both of them very quickly. Let's jump into the first one, show off some gameplay. And this is Escaping Kittens, made in Unity. And these are cats that are putting themselves into boxes to trying to escape. And you have sort of nine lives, obviously, because it's a cat-themed game. You lose a heart every time you get it wrong. Either sort of claim a box has a cat in it when it doesn't, or it doesn't have one when it does. It says this game is inspired by the mystery of Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat isn't really a mystery. It's a thought experiment that shows relative states, I suppose. It's a often misused thought experiment, anyway. But what is true is that curious kittens who love to sit in boxes. In fact, even old cats love to sit in boxes. So yeah, so cats in boxes is something that I heartily approve of. This is made for a mini jam 188 mystery, and there's a mystery as to whether or not there is a cat in the box until you solve that mystery for it. So let's show the gameplay. So here we have a box that is falling onto a conveyor belt and making a noise, which suggests that there is a cat into it, and there is because we haven't done anything about it and we are losing hearts. This one probably doesn't have a cat in it because it didn't make a noise. That one definitely has one. So what we're supposed to do is we have this option over here on the right where we can either choose there is no cat in the box or is there a cat in the box. And if we get it right, so there's a cat in the box, we don't lose a heart. And that one's also got a cat in the box. And that one's got a cat in the box because it's making the meow. But this one probably doesn't because it's not making a sound. So we can either select not or just let it go past. If we select not, it goes a bit quicker. Doesn't seem to be a cat. And this goes on until we run out of time. So yeah, so that's basically the game. I'm not going to show you the end. You guys will have to come and play it and find out. But the link will be in the description. Critiques about the game. Interesting sound. I thought it was like no sound. So if we just jump in and play it, we can turn the background music and the background sort of sound off. So there's no background sounds. And then it comes back again. I think I must have pressed a button to turn it on or off. Okay, now it's just bugged because now every time I press space it turns the sounds on or off. So that's a bit buggy, so that needs to be fixed. But other than that, yeah, really cute game. Interesting interface. I'm a little sad that you don't get to see the cats moving around. Sort of well animated cats are always nice in a cat themed game. Also, I'm not. Yeah, the sounds are definitely strange. So yeah, I do recommend coming and giving this a go. Just don't rely on the sounds too much until the dev maybe has a chance to look at it, or I'm doing something wrong and not understanding something. Who knows? But well recommended game. And now, yeah, like I said, my only critique is I'd like to see a little bit more of the cats and just fix the sounds up a bit. Otherwise, good looking game, fun to play, a fun little bit of idle distraction. So well recommended. Let's have a look at the second game, which is called Parasite, also made for a small jam. Code for a Cause X Micro Jam, Charity Jam, dollar prizes. So I mean, there's a lot going on in that jam. Clearly, it's done by C1, and the only information is that the eye hungers. And it's an interesting experience. We're going to make it a little bigger with F11 just because there's no sort of screen maximization option, but now we're fitting in most of the screens. Pity about the itch.io text on the top right there. And we run the game and we have this kind of I absolutely love this art style, sort of pixelated art. It's very, very sort of finely detailed, but still that kind of retro pixelation. I don't know, it really appeals to me, personal thing. Anyway, so this is Parasite. I lift that up a little bit. So in 10 days we must deliver between 100 and 120 faithful to the altar. Fulfill your purpose, Urethel. So we have this town that we are in control of, and underneath it is this eye that is, I don't know if it's hanging in webs or what it's supposed to be doing. Anyway, there is this eye, and we get given scenarios that we choose what to do with the scenario, and then the eye rolls a dice in itself and decides whether or not we're successful. So there's a lot going on in the background, but I love this sound, this kind of, it's almost like a wind in caves noise. It is very, very atmospherically good, and I love the whispering as well. So, for example, day 1, a lovely sort of gong bell noise. We have a population of 105. And then we get presented with this option. So the villagers want to host a festival for good harvest. Let them. This won't cost us any people as a sort of a starting cost, but we have 2 options. We can either let them or deny it. And if we let them, the eye will need to roll a 4 or more to be successful. Or if we deny it, the eye will have to roll a 2 or less for that to be the successful option. So yeah, typically if it rolls wrongly, so for example, if this rolled like a 3, and we chose let them, we would probably lose some people. And if we chose this and it rolled a 4, we would probably lose some people. I'm going to say let's let them run a harvest. And it's a 3. The fire started during the festival, 8 dead. So we lose 8 people at the top there. And this game is quite difficult from that perspective. It is not friendly with its options. Day 2. A famine is imminent. Force the farmers to work harder. And we could either expend 15 people and hopefully, in the result, get more back again. That's kind of what you're going for here. Or we let them suffer, lose 15, and maybe something else happens and we get them back again if the eye rolls underneath. I'm going to say let's force them to work harder. Crack the whips a bit. We did it. The famine has been averted. More farmers joined the village. So we gained 19. So I guess we gained, what was that? 4. We gained a number of 4 over them all. Because we spent 14. We gained 19. Yeah. Spent 15 and 19. So day 3. Just going to go up to day 5, I think, just to show off the gameplay. Actually, this might be the last one. Not really much changes. These are different scenarios, though, so there's lots of different scenarios. The neighboring village requests 12 villagers for a distant war. And we send 12 villagers. Obviously, we potentially lose them. Let's say help them. Always good to help your neighbors. In this case, it was not good to help your neighbors. The war was a massacre, only 2 of yours returned, so we're down to 91. And I'm sure you can see where this is going. And you play through to the end of the 10 days, and then you're either successful or you fail, and you're judged accordingly. And I will leave it up to you guys to find out what happens there. I in terms of critique for this game, I would really like it if there was more happening. This is a good gameplay mechanic, but it was really, really well done in games like that game where you're the king and people would come to you and you would choose to help them out. That was a bit easier. It was a little bit more obvious where some things were leaning towards the positive, and different things there sometimes built on previous days' events. Also didn't really have a time limit. It just kept going as you grew bigger and bigger, as far as I remember. So this is very much along those lines. I really like the theming here. So I would love for there to be more of this game. I would love it to turn into kind of a strategy game where you're trying to help the people over a longer period of time, and things that you don't have a choice of also happen. I want more of this game because I want this atmosphere to be expanded out into more of it. Also, there are no sort of real quality of life controls. You can't turn the sounds off, although the sounds make this game, so it's probably a good thing. But yeah, otherwise the game looks good. It sounds good. It's an interesting gameplay mechanic. Uh, I like it a lot. I wish it was a little bit easier, and yeah, I wish there was more of it. So that's it. That's the games today. I hope you enjoyed having a look at them. I hope you didn't mind there to be two short ones rather than one bigger one. And I hope you have a very good time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that kind of stuff. Train that YouTube algorithm to show you the kind of games you like to see. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.